Hey there YouTube, AJ here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a new tool I just got. I wasn't going to do a review on this, but I started looking up. I couldn't find anything on YouTube where someone has reviewed the Vevor spot welder. I've seen plenty of reviews on the Harbor Freight ones, but none on the Vevor. And so I thought I'd just do a quick review for you. Now, I'm not one for box opening, so I've already opened it and taken it out of the package, but I do want to show you the box. And that's because it arrived pretty worse for wear. So you can see it here on the end. It was completely ripped open. Looks like it's been dropped. The box is all smashed up. Inside, it came packed in styrofoam, but honestly, I did not break the styrofoam to get it out. This is the way the styrofoam came, all busted up. The piece, I mean, literally like that, all in pieces. So it arrived like it had been through the ringer, but it still seems to be intact. But you might notice the contacts are not lined up anymore, so they need to be reset to where they lined up. This handle does not come shipped attached, but it's only 4 screws to put it on there, so it's no big deal. And you do need a handle because this thing, it's not light. I weighed it and it's just under 28 pounds. The handle to me is a little awkward. It feels like to me it needs to be a little forward. And looking at this, maybe I can turn it around to where it leans out a little further forward. So I might try that real quick. Yeah. Anyway, got the clamp here. You can adjust how far it opens and closes here on these bolts. It also has a stop here to set a repeatable depth, but I haven't been able to figure out so far how to actually make that engage. It doesn't come out far enough to when this is all the way shut. So I really don't know how to make this work yet. Anyway, not too worried about it. Don't plan on really using that. It's got basically 50% duty cycle, on for 5 seconds, off for 5 seconds. To activate it, put your metal in, close down on it, hold pressure on it. Oh, okay, I see. The more pressure you can get down there, so you can put more pressure on it to hold it tighter. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so that will work now. To activate it, it's got a toggle switch, a 2-way toggle switch here. I assume that's for left and right handers to use, so you either use it this way or if you're lefty. Basically the bottom line is you just have to hold for the amount of time you need for the thickness of the metal you're spot welding, and then let off. So I have to play with that and see how that works. Oh, what else? Oh, this one thing, it came with a manual, but the manual was almost entirely in German. It had 1 paragraph in English, which was weird. Everything else was in German, so I can't read German. So, however, if you go on their website, you can get a PDF of the English version of their manual. No big deal. So I guess let's do 2 things. I'm going to try to turn this handle around and see if that feels better to me, and then need to align these tips. Alright, we got the handle turned around. That's a little less awkward, so that's better. To be quite honest, at some point, if I'm going to be doing a lot of spot welding, I might consider putting like a luggage strap or something on this thing so I can help take some of the weight. Just make it easier to handle. Anyway, now we got to get these tips lined up. 5mm Allen key. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yep. back down. Alright, so not really a big deal to adjust your tongs here. 4 Allen bolts, loosen, adjust, tighten, no big deal. Alright, I guess the thing to do now is get some metal and see if it'll spot weld them together. Okay, so what we have here is a couple scraps of 18 gauge steel. So together this is about, it's not quite an 1/8 inch thick, but you know. So I'm just going to clamp them together and then see about putting a spot weld on here. Workpiece is at kind of a weird angle, but we're going to see what we can do with it. Alright, the Vevor spot welder 110. How many amps is this? It's 110 voltage, 110 to 120 voltage. It says 21 amp max, 15 amp, 60 hertz, 1.5 kVA, duty cycle 50%, voltage 1.8 VAC. Whatever all that means. Let's see if we can give it a whirl here. Whoa. Wow. I didn't even do like a 1.5 seconds on that. That thing went quick. All right, so here you go. Now, looks like pretty good. There's the one side of the weld. There's the other. It is welded really good. Wow, it's yeah, it's quite honestly, that was so much better than I was expecting. It welded it super fast. Like, I thought for a second I just blew a hole in it. It went so quick. So that welded really fast. It's really a strong spot weld. So I'm very happy with that. Let's do another one real quick here, just for fun. Well, okay, I kind of missed what I was aiming for. I don't know why I did it there. I meant to weld down here. So let's try it again. Wow. I just can't believe that. I am going to be very, very honest. I did not have this high of expectations for it, but that welded fast and strong. Look at that. It doesn't want to tear apart. Okay. Well, it just so happens I have another test for it. I've been working on my hot rod and putting structural bracing in the rear of my front cowl. And I've got those braces already clamped in place. And this is going to be a slightly different test because it is a little thicker metal. And it also has a layer of paint in between the two surfaces. So I'm kind of curious to see how that'll happen. It may be a complete failure. Hopefully it'll just weld right through it and I don't have to worry about it. If it's a failure, then I have to take that piece off, clean the paint off there, and then redo it. So let's see how that works. All right, so we got this flange here. It goes all the way around the back of my cab. And we're going to try to put spot welds here and here, maybe here. Try to get 3 in this corner. And maybe not, because that's kind of, that needs hammered back in yet. But we're definitely going to try to put 2 in here and see if we can get it to hold just the beginning. And we'll see if it'll weld straight through the car steel, the 18 gauge steel here, and between, on the bottom side of this steel, it is painted. So hopefully it'll still be able to weld through the paint. We're going to find out. Oh, okay, well that's not good. I can't get it all the way down. How are we gonna do this? Well, what if we try, let's first spot weld through this way, this side, this metal to here, then maybe we can take off this clamp and come in at the end here. Let's try that first. Oh, she's heavy. She's a beefy gal. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to throw another one up here. All right, let's take off the clamp, see what happens. Well, the weld's held. They didn't spring off. That's a good sign. All right, now let's see if we can get in here and do this one. I might have to wait until I cut this off to do it. I don't know. All right. 3, 2, 1. Well, couldn't really tell. I think it got it. I would say that was successful. Might need to hold it on there a little longer than through here, but it did weld through there. So let's see if I can get up in here and get another one. We are not touching that. That's not going to work. All right. This sucker is heavy. You know, to you holding an awkward position, it's heavy. Let's see what we got in here. All right. I don't know if you can see that, but so we have one weld here, one weld here, one weld here, and one weld here. All four are held strong. And if we come inside, you can see the two on the side here really easy. You can see here and here where the other welds are. Okay, I understand that wasn't a full comprehensive test, and you know, longevity is key on a tool like this. But you know what? I paid, I think, $125, $128 for this, and it is working. I mean, this is really good. It is super strong. I am very happy, and I know going forward on my hot rod, I got to do a lot of sheet metal work and floor pans and finish down those flanges, things like that. And the time savings this is going to give me versus drilling holes and plug welding things together, I think it was well worth the $100. And you know, so far it works great. It seems to work it's better than my expectations. I'm very happy with it. So watch my other videos, because I'll be using this more on the car. I got a video coming out on this car soon where I'm putting in that flange, so I'll be doing a longer test of this, more than just what I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 6 spot welds so far, and I'm very pleased. Again, it's heavy, it's awkward, but you know what? It's worth it to save me that as the amount of time it's going to save me. So I'm very happy with it. Even though the box came all beat to hell, it seems to work fine. I think the tongs got kind of shoved out of alignment. No big deal to fix that. Yeah, so far I'm really happy with the Vevor. Subscribe and follow me for seeing me use it on this hot rod and other projects. And if there's any downside to it that I find later, I will bring them up. But until then, later YouTube.